Hello everyone, I'm Alex Russo and I'm a science fiction and fantasy author. This is the first installment in a mini-series about creating your own language, or Conlang, for your story. Today we are going to discuss phonetics and factors that influence the pronunciation of words, such as pitch, accent, intonation, syllabic structure, gemination, and stress. First of all, I want to introduce you to the International Phonetic Alphabet. This was created in the 19th century by two European linguists, and the goal was to create a chart depicting all of the sounds humans are capable of making. This primary chart was so practical for real languages that professional conlangers, people who construct languages as a job, and filmmakers adopted the chart for fictional accents and phonics of fictional languages. The chart is divided into several smaller charts for consonants and vowels. The main chart, consisting of the pulmonic consonants, is divided into different columns based upon the use of the tongue, lips, or throat in making sounds, whereas the rows are based upon the qualities of each phoneme. The other part of the main chart is for the vowels, which are arranged based upon the location in the mouth in which they are formed, and the rounding of the lips needed to produce each sound. Additionally, the chart provides a system of diacritics for variations of each consonant, tone, stress, and vowel or consonant length. There is also a variation of this chart for sounds created by those who have deformities in the mouth. In order to better understand how an IPA chart is laid out and what each column and row signifies, I would recommend looking at the website with the interactive main IPA chart and those in Wikipedia pages of fictional and real languages I have linked in the description below. Now that we have mastered phonetics, I'd like to discuss syllabic structure. In some languages, such as Japanese and Korean, the structure of a syllable can have an impact on how a word is pronounced. For example, I wrote the sounds t, a, n, a as two different disyllabic words. The first one is pronounced ta-na, while the bottom is pronounced tan-a. This is important because a subtle difference like this would be important in certain languages such as Japanese or Chinese, where the grouping of syllables can determine the meaning of a word. This is especially important for languages with long strings of consonants or vowels, as the way syllables are grouped or formed can determine which consonant blends, diphthongs, or triphthongs will be present in a word, if these characteristics are present in your conlang. Finally, I want to discuss stress, tone, pitch, accent, gemination, morae, and intonation. Stress is where the emphasis falls on a word or sentence. Intonation is how the dynamics of stress affect the mood of a sentence and convey intention, such as whether a sentence is a command, a question, or a statement. Pitch accent is similar to intonation, except that words and phrases are distinguished based upon their tone and pitch, and changing the way each word is pronounced can change the meaning of the sentence, since it can affect the meaning of the words. Tone is how a syllable is pronounced. In tonal languages, such as Chinese or Zulu, the tone of each syllable conveys the meaning of the word, and a simple change in the tone can lead to a change in the meaning of the word. For example, I have the Chinese characters for and dead on the left of the slide. Both are written using the letters S and I in English, but the way they are distinguished in both writing and spoken Chinese is through the tone of each character. In Mandarin, the character for is pronounced si, whereas the character for dead is pronounced si. Morae and gemination are closely related to these sound-based effects on the meaning of a word or sentence. Morae is vowel length, and moraic languages, such as Japanese, utilize differences in vowel length to change the meaning of a word. For example, the Japanese word for no is ie, whereas the word for house is ie. While pitch accent also plays a role in the meaning of these words, the length on the vowel I also helps separate them in spoken Japanese. Gemination is consonant length, and it works similar to morae. Gemination focuses on the tenseness or length of a consonant. For example, consider the Russian word sor, meaning litter, with sor, meaning quarrel. The way these words are differentiated is through the length of the letter S at the beginning of each word. When creating your language, keep this information about stress, intonation, morae, tone, and gemination in mind. as combining these will lead to a richer conlang for your characters to speak in your story. Additionally, this can lead to linguistic taboos in your language, such as that between the two Hansa characters I have on the left part of this slide, also helping with world building because it can lead to unique customs or superstitions. And that is all I have for today. Thank you for watching.